Good day, everybody, and welcome back. Thanks for coming along. Back at the canal, going for the early morning bite. This is Memorial Day weekend, if you can see. Big fat full moon up there, just a little after, and we're giving it a try for stripers. Stay tuned. My name is Paul K. This is Saturday Mornings Outdoors, and let's see how good we can do. Well, the canal's all slick looking, and I see some busting fish up on top. There's a few guys out here this morning, being Labor Day, and I saw this guy over here pull something in. I think it was a black sea bass, and there was guys to the left me, black sea bass. But every now and then I'm seeing right where I'm pointing there, they're breaking fish, and I don't know if they're podding up or, yeah, right here. Let's see. Right in that area, they keep busting on top. This is a low slack. It's I don't know if you consider this, it's full moon, a day or two after, and this is low slack. It's an east tide, coinciding somewhat with the sunrise. So I don't know if you'd consider that a breaking tide or not, but it is what it is. Labor Day weekend, so I'm sure it's going to be a mess down here, and it's forecast for very nice all weekend. So good luck. It's going to be fun. Whoa, there was a huge splash right in front of us. Yeah, they're busting on top. And then temperature coming in was 55 degrees, which is unusual. They forecast 70s today. And according to the weather, we're out of this. We've been getting rain every weekend for almost every other day, downpours for the past like 2 months. And they claim now it's going to be clear for all week, so I'll believe that when I see it. This is an east tide, just turned east about an hour and a half ago. And mac chunks on the bottom, and we're seeing what we can dig up here. And fish hawks screaming, cormorants are diving, but I'm not seeing the seagulls. I am seeing a breaking fish every now and then on top, but I'm not seeing the giant pods of seagulls, which equate into giant pods of bait. So that's generally what happens when the real heavy migration starts. But those, the wind is almost flat calm, and it would be out of the south. And those are the conditions today. And I'm glad you guys could come along. And let's see how good we can tempt these fish into biting. I'll let you know. I gotta say that sun is getting up later and later now. If I get up at 5 a.m. in July, the sun's already up by the time I got down here. Not over the horizon, but it's starting to break. And I'll keep the camera on the canal because it's breaking fish. And now I'm up at 5 and it's total dark. The sun's starting to come up around 5:30, 5:45, so no, we're heading in the wrong direction. It's September 1st today, so there's only nowhere to go but forward. So I'm just down here at the edge, checking out to see if I can see if there's any bait, or what's to see in the water here. But you know what? The more I see here, and study this canal, I don't care who the best canal fisherman here is in the history of the world. No one's going to understand these currents, they're so complex. We got the cranking moon tide flying along out here, and then if you look really close, I hope you can detect on this, but there's like smaller currents going that way. How does that work? No one understands this. The fish will be in there taking advantage of these currents in any way they can, manipulating it just genetically to catch fish. Any advantage they can have over the bait fish, when the current disorientates the bait fish, they're gonna take it. But for us to understand everything, see how that little piece there, I hope you can see it, is floating that way. Currents are going this way, and then there's currents going this way. What are you gonna do? You try to understand it, try to comprehend it, and we can comprehend it enough to catch fish, but it's so subtle, and there's so many complexities here, you know, and that's what makes it cool. And I'm glad it's that way, because if you could wire it, you know, for good, then what fun would that be? You know, we're always learning. It's just amazing, just amazing. Look at this line of vortexes along the edge here. It's incredible, the subtleties, you know. Pretty beautiful too. Oh, I know. Dude, shut up and fish. We have fish on. Oh, I think he just got off. Oh. A solid hit on the conventional. I mean, double and over, and then it just lets go. That's the problem with circle hooks. I mean, they're good, but it is what it is. You know, a lot of times they don't take purchase. I think the fish swallows it, starts swimming away. The hook doesn't hook, but the fish is swimming away, and he has his mouth closed tight, and he's pulling it, but the hook hasn't hooked. And then he gets to the critical pressure. He feels it pulling, and he kind of opens his mouth, and pop, out it comes. But disappointing, but inspiring. Disappointing. So that tide is freak on crankifying now. That is the full moon power. And you can see all these rips forming and everything. And it seems the more pronounced the current goes that way, this micro current's coming up this way. But anyway, we had a wind shift, it seems. It's coming out of the northwest. It's getting a little cool. So put on a jacket or two, a couple sweatshirts. But strange, first time this year, this summer sequence that it's actually been cool down here. Normally it's freaking baking, you know. So times are changing, and that was quick. It's only, like I say, September 1st. But it's once that sun gets up, I'm sure it's going to warm up. Beautiful Cape Cod Canal. Crickets to the right of me, crickets to the left of me, telling me how their week is gone. A pro fishing boat making his way, probably coming home. The Brenda May, I think that says. Or Barbara Ann. Barbara Ann. The Beach Boys did a song about that. Guy's sleeping in the back in the forecastle. The kid in the forecastle. Working hard. I think they're out of Hull. I could swear that was out of Hull. Fish on. surprised he didn't bite me off. You gotta be careful of those teeth, boy. Let me get this guy unhooked. You don't like it. This is why he didn't bite me off. Look at how he was hooked. You see the hook was right in his teeth. Because he could bite through this 30-pound leader, no problem. But that's how he was hooked. And that's why circle hooks rule. It's a good looking fish. Well, I just released him after a few snappies. And that was exhilarating, as Elmer Fudd would say. As soon as I hooked him, he jumped, and I wasn't expecting it. Oops, there might be something else here. I wasn't expecting it, but he swam to the top and he jumped, and I'm like, what? Stripers do not jump. They've never jumped. I'm not saying they're not capable of jumping. I think maybe one time in my life I might remember a striper jumping when hooked, but they never ever jump. That's like one of their trademarks. Bluefish, just the opposite, jump, love the aerial. But that one wasn't exactly a slammer, but that wasn't exactly a snapper either. It was about 21 inches, you know, three hand measurements and a little over that. So these are 8 inches. Or actually 2 hand measurements and a little over 8 inches, but so about 20 inches. But that was fun. It was different, that's for sure. And so we got bluefish coming through, and I was very fortunate he didn't bite me off. Like I said, they can bite through 30-pound just like nothing. Actually, I think it's already happened a couple of times here at the canal. Not knowing if they're here or not, when you fish with just a leader, that's the chance you take. And he was right on that circle hook, and that's my only saving grace. But nice clean fish, released him up, and away we go. That was fun. So that wind is starting to rip now out of the northwest, and though it feels refreshing, there's a little movement every time I pick up this camera. Stuff happens. You know when the wind is strong, when the seaweed on the end blows up your line. It just blew off, actually. It blew, a piece of seaweed blew up the line and then blew off. And so running low on bait, I got a bluefish, nice bluefish, and God blessed me with that, and feel refreshed now. Had my conversation with the crickets and had a lot of fun. You guys got to get down here. It's fish out here. This place is alive now. Fall migration is just starting now, and this place is gonna blow up, so it already is. There's plenty of wildlife here and fish to be caught. Bring yourself down here and enjoy the day. Oh, got another touch up there. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming along, man. It's a lot of fun bringing you these as usual, and we will see you guys next week, and thank you very much for watching. My name is Paul K. Please like and subscribe. This has been Saturday Mornings Outdoors. See ya.